Do you know that if you master supply and demand, you're able to make a whole lot of money from trading? This is the secret strategy that the big banks and the financial institutions use in making big moves on the market. If you want to find out how, stay tuned. So guys, these are the things we are going to learn today. We are going to learn the meaning of supply and demand and how to identify supply and demand, and we're going to look at the supply and demand strategies. We have the range trading strategies and the breakout strategy, so stay tuned. In trading, people use supply and demand as resistance and support areas where the price of an asset may slow down or reverse. They are similar to resistance and support line at first glance. However, there are fundamental reasons for supply and demand zones to occur. Supply and demand trading is about placing your orders according to the zones where the price tends to reverse due to various factors. Summed up with other trading techniques, supply and demand trading provide a comprehensive and powerful tools that can take your result to a new level. Guys, we're going to talk about how we can identify the supply and demand zones. You understand? So I'm on the GBP USD on the 4 hours time frame. I'm on the GBP USD 4 hours time frame. Now, before you talk about supply and demand, you need to know how to identify the zones before you. So when they say what's the supply and demand, you need to identify the zones. First, you need to find where the market consolidated before. Listen, you need to find where the market consolidated before a strong bullish or bearish move. For example, we had a bearish move here. This is the consolidation. This is the consolidation we have before this went to the downside. Let me get something. Let me show you before it went to the downside. You can see. So now this is our demand zone. This is our demand zone. This is our demand zone. Why? Because a demand zone and supply zone is just like equal price where the buyers and sellers agree. You understand? That's where the buyers and sellers agree to load up their positions. So the result now determines on who wins. Understand? That's when we have the breakout. You get what I'm saying? So that's it. So before, when considering your supply and demand, you need to first find a consolidation, then watch out for the breakout. Here the consolidation started, that is where your supply or demand will be. For this is the supply. So where will our demand be? Where will our demand be? I can see a consolidation here. So now before, so you know, demand now is when the price moves from there to the upside. That's our demand. So this now this consolidation now can't be our demand because we don't have any move to the upside. So here, so this place can't be our demand zone. Why? Because the price was pushing to the downside. You remember, okay, if you are looking for demand, you must first look for a consolidation. Then after the consolidation, the price must move to the upside. Like it must have an impulsive move to the upside. Like this one was ranging, but it moves to the downside, so it can't be our demand. So this is our demand here. This is our demand. You can see this is the box. The buyers were loading their, the big banks and the buyers were loading their orders here. Then it resulted in this massive move to the upside. You can see. So this is our real demand zone. You understand? You get it? First, there's a consolidation. The first thing you need to notice, you need to find the consolidation. Then the consolidation must produce an impulsive move to the upside if you are looking for demand. If you are looking for supply, there must be a consolidation and there must be an impulsive move to the downside. So this is our demand and this is our what? And this is our supply, and this is our demand. So this is it, guys. This is how to find your supply and demand zone. Let's take another example. From here now, where's our supply and demand zones? Where's our supply and demand zones? So from what I can see here, so let's spot our supply first. From what I can see here, I can see that there was a consolidation here. So bring out your tools, map it out. There was a consolidation here, and what happened? What produced the consolidation? A massive move to the downside. So this is a valid supply zone. I'm sure you guys can get this thing. This thing is very simple if you just understand the two methodology I gave you guys. First, a consolidation, then followed by an impulsive move. Understand? So this is our valid what? Supply zone. It's our valid supply. So what about demand zone? How can we find the demand zone now? So we look, there's a consolidation here, and there was an impulsive move to the upside. There was a consolidation here and an impulsive move to the upside. So this is our valid demand zone. Hope you guys can see this. This is very, very simple. This is our valid demand zone. So that's it, guys. First, I'm repeating again, first a consolidation, then an impulsive move to the upside. You can see how it came out beautifully. So the second thing we're going to look at now is how to trade the supply and demand zone. So I have two strategies for you guys. I have the ranging strategy and the breakout method. Okay, so now let me explain the ranging strategy with this example. So first, when you've identified your supply and demand zone, you need to wait for the market to leave that zone and come back to retest before you go into the market. For example, here the market left the zone, then it came back to retest. But there are two things attached to these, guys. There are two things attached to this. Let me tell you guys a secret. Now there's something they call freshness when it comes to supply and demand. When a new supply zone is created, is very, very effective and very, very productive. You understand? Very, very accurate. But when the supply zone or demand zone has touched that area for like up to 4 times, that's the maximum, expect fake out or a breakout or something that won't just go your way. But you see, the first and the second are very, very key. You understand? Those are the key zones that can give you accurate signals. You understand? You can see this is the first, this is the second, and the third. This didn't complete. You understand? It was a trap. You understand? So you can see here 1 and 2. So both of them only touched it 3 times and completed it. This one came back, and you understand? See what I'm saying? So if you want to trade supply and demand, I advise you to not go, to only trade it like a new, because supply, like now, okay, after this one, I think it created, so the market has left this zone, it will go again to create another supply and demand zone. So I've told you how guys to do to find that, so create that again. You understand? So that's how the market works. So the maximum you can take is 4. After 4, expect the unexpected. Let me put it that way. You get? So that's it. So that's just the secret. So the best you can take is 1, 2 and 3 after you spotted the zone. It must be fresh, because after that the zone becomes weak. You get what I'm saying? So that's it. So since this is like the first okay, I think, let me see. Okay, I think this is like the first one we can see. So this has been a zone before, but it didn't give us any criteria to pick it as a valid demand zone. But now, after the market breaks into the demand zone, you wait for it to come back and enter for the retest. So you enter here, you enter the long position here, you enter the long position here, then targets the supply area. This is a good 1 to 2 trade, smooth and easy. So that's it. Now Pay attention, guys. Pay attention. Pay attention. Now let me give you a secret tip. I've told you about the freshness. So in cases like this, you can enter into this market immediately it leaves the demand zone, because that zone is fresh. Only if it's like the first second time, you can enter immediately, but after that you must wait for a retest because something unexpected might happen. You understand? Okay, let me show you how to enter correctly now. Let's say without maybe it's being a fresh zone or anything. Now we'll use this supply entry as a very, very good example. You see, the market broke through supply zone, it went back, it was consolidating, then it fell. So after it falls, you now wait for a retest. Understand? Since it's a fresh zone, you could have entered immediately, or for more confirmation you can wait for a retest. So what do we have here? Took our short position here, then our stop loss above here, then where we are TPB, we target demand zone, the 1 to 2, this 1 to 2.3 risk reward. Very smooth trade. Understand? So that's just it. So you can take a buy again when it touches the demand zone. You see, it broke into the demand zone, then consolidated, then went up. So since it's still a fresh zone, you could still enter from here. Immediately it broke it, you could still enter from there. You can see. So that's just it, guys. That's just it. You can see from the supply zone too, it retested, then broke it, then came back to test it again, then you take your entry. So that's just all about supply and demand. That's how to trade it in a ranging market. So let's look at how to trade it with the breakout strategy. So guys, this is how to trade the breakout strategy with supply and demand. So this is one of the example I showed you guys. So so you wait for the market to either break maybe the supply or demand zone. So in this example, because everything is vice versa, so but in this example it broke the supply zone. Then when it breaks it, you need to be careful, guys, because I would advise you, maybe if you're a newbie, don't go for the breakout strategy, because it's most times serve as a trap for traders, because if you are not experienced, you will know how to manage your loss and all of that. Okay, so I advise you to go for this. If you are a newbie and you want to be profitable in a long term, please just stick with the ranging strategy. Don't go for the breakout strategy, because now it broke it here. Then when you are doing with the ranging strategy, when you are doing with the breakout strategy, I mean, you need to wait for the market to retest that zone. Here is a supply zone, so you wait for the market to retest it. The market broke it, even retested it here, so you can enter here, or you can still wait for more confirmation. But if it was me, I would have entered here. You broke it here, then came back down again, so we enter for a long, then enter for a good 1 to 2 weeks reward. Short and long, I mean. So we enter for a good 1 to 2 weeks reward. But guys, there's a way you can still be more profitable with the supply and demand strategy, is by going to the lower time frame and executing your trade. Understand? There are different formats you can use for confirmation. You can use the ICT, maybe breakout structure, then change of character, or you can use various trend on the lower time frame. You understand? So I will still create a video on that, but I just want to just show you guys how to just trade the supply and demand zone, because it has been a very high demanding video. So I just say, let me put this out. So if you are new here, try to like this video and subscribe, because I'm coming in hot with more and lots of valuable content for traders. So we've gotten our 1 to 2. The trade came very good. So now after that it went, you get. So that's it, guys, for today's video. So like, subscribe, share this video, and and hope for more content like this. So see you guys later.